What it do is another episode of It's On You podcast. It's your boy SB, and today we're gonna be talking about the court systems, baby mamas, and child support. I got a couple of guests on tonight gonna share their stories and the situations they got going on. And I'm gonna let my boy Don Nitty start off. So Nitty, tell us everything that's going on in the situation, bro.
First off, I met my wife in Boston, Massachusetts. We had our first son out there. When she got pregnant with our daughter, we moved to LA. Circumstances came apart to where, I was in a good place. I was working and I had some side hustles or whatever. I say 5 to 6 months after we got out there, I ended up getting set up, and I got hit 7 times. So I was in the hospital out there for like 2 to 3 months. After I got out of the hospital, I wasn't able to provide that type of lifestyle for our family,
Right.
because once I got hit, it had punctured my lung, and they had to take out my kidney and my gallbladder. So I was on bed rest for a while. So my wife, she had to take up a lot of, like responsibility. She just wasn't. I feel like, regardless of what we did or what we've been through, she just wasn't ready to take up everything on her own. So, you know, as time went on, I had to be in the hospital with myself in that ICU room. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never been in that situation before. I just knew I feel like I was doing right for our family. I was
Right.
making those sacrifices for our family. You in there by yourself, bro. I swear, I done been to prison. I done, like, coming up and having like a one family, like your mom, or not having both of your parents in the household, just having my mom in the household, my pops doing 15 years in the feds. I know that type of lifestyle, and my mom working, and me and my brother just being out there looking for guidance or whatever. So that's one of the reasons I married my wife. But I don't know, just
Try to be
her
different, right?
being, yeah, just being different, and knowing what I didn't have back then, and I knowing what I wanted for my kid. I can't expect her to be on the same type page. But she ended up leaving me in the hospital, you know what I'm saying? And me getting out of the hospital, trying to make everything work, but me not being able to move how I wanted to move, and being on the crutches, or being on whatever I was on. She ended up he ended up coming down here to North Carolina, my hometown. We had another son. My son passed away I want to say September 9th. Our baby boy, he passed away in a few months, not even a month. I had ended up getting locked up. Just my my people out there in Cali, they looking out for me out here in North Carolina. My wife, she ended up leaving me and taking my kids after our son passed away, and they just like,
What year this
if
was?
if,
Like, give
if
us a time frame.
this was last year, September
Okay.
9th.
Okay.
September 9th, and I just talked to her yesterday from September 9th, from when she took my kids, and our baby boy passing away. And I haven't heard from her till 2 days ago. I haven't seen my kids, period. Even though I seen her 2 days ago, and she just make it hard for me, man. Like, she, like, everything we done been through, you been right there. You see the risk I'm willing to take to. You know what I'm saying, because I got a felony on my record, so I can't move how I want to move out here in North Carolina, how I was in California. Because in California, you can go to the jobs with tattoos in your face. They don't judge you. They give you a chance. But out here is a different story. But at the end of the day, you see I'm trying, and then, what I'm saying, like, that's my baby boy too. But you can't, like, it's different, because like, she texts me every now and then, like, yo, you don't understand, because I carry him and I pushed him out. No, I don't understand, but that's my son too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got plans for our boys, we got plans for our daughters, but even more for our sons. But
Right.
to take my kids and to leave, especially after I done been through that situation out LA, And then we come out here and our son passed away, and you take our babies that we have and you just take them and leave and don't even know what's going on. Like that put me in a dark place, man. I'm still going through it through this day, bro. I don't really, I just do me, man. I don't vibe out with motherfuckers because I do, but at the same time, motherfuckers don't be. I'm not just gonna put myself in a situation because I don't understand. Because I know what I got in my heart and how I was raised. I show love, especially with the shit that's going on with this corona shit and all this other stuff, type of stuff. Everybody ain't got that love in their heart, man.
Right.
And we're legally married, so I don't get it. I don't get it. You take my kids and you just leave, and you call me and you be like, yo, okay, we've been separated for a little while. You got this dude, whatever you got going on in your life, and you like, yo, you're not gonna see your kids again. I'm taking them back to LA because I'm doing whatever I can to provide, but you don't want to. You feel like you don't want to live. I don't know how she feel for real, because I haven't talked to her like that. But from my understanding, you don't want to deal with what I got to bring to the table because you want to change up all of a sudden. But at the same time, man, I'm willing to do whatever I can for my kids and our family, because that shit got took it away from me at a young age. So I'm doing the best I can, and for you to slide out like that, man, that shit ain't cool, bro. That shit ain't cool at all.
You ain't see your kids since September?
I haven't seen my kids since September. Now I've been talking to my youngest on the block, my young homies in the neighborhood where I'm at. Like, yo, y'all, they want, you know what I mean? They want to smash this shit, that shit. They want to do what they want to do. I'm like, yo, you do what you do to, you know what I'm saying, to enjoy life. But at the same time, you got to be careful with who you got them doing what you doing with. Cause some chicks, some female, whatever you do, I don't care what you do. If you have a kid by somebody, just make sure it's that right person, because they might not have the same heart as you. They might not grow up the same way as you. They might not have the same morals and principles as you. Because look what I'm going through. I don't want to see that on my worst enemy, bro. For somebody to take your kids, we just lost, like I said, we just lost a kid, and you take my kids. Come on, man.
Right.
And the government be so quick to, give custody to the women, which they should, because I wouldn't know where I would be without my mother. Like I said, my pops did 15 in the feds, but at the same time, like, all fathers ain't bad fathers, man. They need to give us a chance, bro.
So as far as you've been taking, y'all been going to court for, like, you had a custody hearing yet, or?
Yeah, we go to, with this corona stuff going on, they pushed it back. So we go to court in September. We go to court in September, so I'm just getting my funds up, whatever. I just see my wife 2 days ago, because she been hitting on my mom's door looking for me. I really didn't want to link up with her, just because she's a drunk also. I got mad texts and all type of shit in my phone to where she wanna, bro, like she like to party, and she's Indian, so she can't drink. She can't drink, period. So she be wanting to do like mad shit. Cause like I said, we've been married for 5 years. So she's single now, or whatever the case may be. She want to link up, and she's never been out here in North Carolina. So she want to do what she want to do. So she link out to me because she know what I'm doing, and like, yo, okay, that's what's up. But at the same time, you got my kids. Like, what are you doing? Like, where my kids at? You want to talk about doing this and doing that, but you're not at the end of the day, you're not telling me my kids that my kids good, or if they need anything, I send you money. I'm not seeing nothing.
I said she had a reply to that.
She haven't replied to it, bro. 9 times out of 10, whenever we link up, she wasted. So we can't really talk like that. We can't really talk like that. Or if she trying to link up, I feel like, yo, you want some bullshit. Like, I ain't trying to talk if you not sober, or just if we not on the same page. I'm not trying to link up with you, period. If you're not gonna bring my kids, I'm not trying to link up with you, period. At least let me see them on a video chat. You wouldn't even let me see them on a video chat. I mean, I'm trying, man, but I'm not gonna give up on them, because I know, I'm not gonna say my father gave up on me, but he had no choice because he did 15 years in the feds. I'm not gonna give up on mine, man. I know what that feeling like, especially coming up at a young age and you looking for that type of guidance in the street. Who to say if it's right or wrong?
Right.
People folks don't care about you. They're gonna use you to their advantage, and that's the main reason why these young dudes be getting in the game. Motherfuckers just out here looking for guidance, man. I don't want mine to go through because I done been through it. I got stabbed 7 times in L.A.
God damn.
Just thinking I was doing the right thing. My son in the back seat. Motherfucker stabbed me 7 times. I'm like, yo, just don't do nothing to my son. I'm sitting there bleeding out, he in the backseat crying. Luckily, somebody came through the alley and seen me and took me to the hospital. We both would have been dead.
As a female, with the person who was just talking, I just want to say, like, I don't have any kids myself, but I did hear situations about, stuff like that happens. And sometimes I feel like with your situation, she wasn't ready for it. So sometimes
Yeah.
as females, we get into certain situations, and it's like, you got two types of females out here. One that's gonna ride out and one that's gonna fold. You don't know what you're gonna do until you're in that situation. So it's like, she probably, like, all the stuff that you've been through, she probably couldn't take it no more, and that's the reason why she left. Now,
Yeah.
when like, for me, I can't speak it because it's not me. Me, I'm the type of person, I'm loyal, I just had a situation where I was a friend down, and he died in jail. They stabbed him to death. The only person he had was me. And then me and him, he got into a situation with me, but it's like his stress was on, like, everything that he went through, it carried down on me. I had a situation. Either I could have left and moved on, or I could have rocked with him. So I rolled out till I could. But the last couple months been a little shaky. So it's like, I didn't know they stabbed him, but they set him up. And it's like, you could feel that pain. So it's like, I'm still here riding out and he not here. And it's just like, sometimes you don't know what you're going to do because you either panic, and it's just like a lot going on. But it's like, she should have never. One thing is, if you ever kill somebody, let them see their kid. You don't have to be bitter. You don't have to do that, because we're all like human beings. Yeah, I feel like we're all like human beings, so you shouldn't be doing that. That's dead wrong.
Can I ask you something though?
Yeah.
You grew up with both parents in your own?
Yep, I did.
And that's where I feel like is an important thing. If a person is lacking something in the home, it's really gonna affect them, man. That's the thing. That's always been big with me, because like I said, I didn't have my father in the home. He got locked up. He did 15 years. So I didn't want the same thing for my kids. So like I said, I had an F on my record.
I feel like you're right too, because when you grow up, if you ain't, it starts off from your parents. If you ain't grow up around your parents, it's gonna affect you. If you have kids, it might affect them. So she doesn't understand. It's not about her and you. It's about the kids. She's affecting the kids. Whatever the kids see y'all do, they're gonna do it. And your son is traumatized about what happened, because it's like, yo, that's my dad. All I got is
he was
my
right
dad.
there. He was right there when it happened. And that's
And it's like,
the
all I
thing.
got is my dad.
That's
So
the
now
thing.
every day you gotta replay that.
She didn't have, you know what I'm saying, like, both parents. She did what she did on her own. I had both of mine, but my pops was taken away from me. So my perspective is different.
Bro, I feel what you're saying and all that, but
For me, I was fortunate enough to grow up with both parents in the house. Like, I lost my mother at 16,
Mm-hmm.
2012. So I know how it is to be with one parent. But like majority before my mother died, I grew up in a two-parent household, but it was still a struggle every day because it was
Uh-huh.
like very toxic, like
Same here.
arguments, fights every time. Like, and it's like, and I struggled worse than motherfuckers that had single mothers. Like, that's the crazy part about it. I like, even though I had both parents, I still struggled worse than like a single mother
It
or
was
somebody
probably
that had a
harder for
single
you
father.
actually when your parents are together. They don't have access to like fucking government resources and shit that like single parents do.
Right.
You
A lot
think
of
Like,
that
single
shit
parents
like
don't have government. I don't have government resources
I'm
to
not
me.
saying like every single parent, but I'm saying like at the time, particularly when he would have been a kid, like having a dude in your house would have been like you can't have Section 8. You're married and shit like that type of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And you gotta be like, I guess y'all need to be like super broke to even get food stamps and Medicare. I mean,
Right. And see, that's what
let
we
me,
grew up on.
but let me say this though, like, you can still, like, you can, like, you, but my thing is, like, even if you have both parents in the house though, you still got a parent. You still gotta do certain shit for your kids and shit, for them not to grow up with the fucked up mindset. Like, you still gotta
Mm-hmm.
be a parent at the end of the day.
But 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 at the same time, if that father's doing what he's supposed to do, and whatever he's gonna do, provide for you and your kid, how would you would you take the kids away from them?
I did when I was young. I got pregnant when I was 19, and I had my daughter. I was 20 when I had my kid,
All right.
but I didn't care about him doing for my daughter. I was mad because he didn't want to be with me, so I was doing a bunch of evil things because the fact that I had, like I said, my mom and dad. I have my mom and dad in my life. And in my mind frame, I wanted this fairy tale relationship too. Even though me and him was toxic for each other, I didn't care about that. So when he basically, took himself out of the picture and started dating other females and stuff, I lashed out so hard. So at that point, finance, I didn't care about the financial part because, I was making good money too. It didn't bother me. It was just more about the relationship.
I have a question.
Hmm.
So, well, so what advice do you give to someone like who doesn't have a kid? Like, do you choose your baby
Oh,
father, mother,
yeah.
wife?
Well, I would
Yeah,
definitely say, because
definitely.
now that I'm like older and not my son's father, like I said, my son's father, our co-parent is not the best, but it's a lot better than my daughter's father, because at the end of the day, it's like definitely with growth. And also now, even with my son's father, I actually can see how, like, me having two kids, and I said this before in the last show, that it's very important to have a kid with somebody that comes from a background that's family oriented and have a great support system, because when it's pretty overwhelming. Like me, for example, I'm busy, I'm a single mother, so I work, I go to school, I do a lot of different things, so I don't always have my kids with me all the time, because my only support system is my mom and my dad. And now my son's father, he babysits my kids sometimes, but that's very so often, it's not as much. And my daughter, her father rights is terminated, so he's not involved at all. So it's really important to actually pick someone. Like, as a me, knowing what I know now, I would have preferred to probably be married and have a system like that than doing it more by myself.
See, it's like when you hear these different types of stories, it makes you think like what be going through a person's mind, like when they do certain situations.
But see, like I said, when I was 19, like I said, when I was 20, I had my daughter. I was
Hmm.
young minded. I didn't know who I was. I didn't even understand what love or a relationship was. So when I met my baby daddy was like, my daughter's dad was pretty abusive. Um, he was a very toxic person too. So he used to do things too just for me to lash out at him, because it's like he really wanted me to lose custody so he can have my daughter, so he wouldn't have me in the picture at all. But see, I didn't look at it that way. So while he go get a girlfriend, I had my homegirls on Facebook page looking up to see what he's doing. Then they're bringing all this information back to me, and then I'm out lashing out. And it got to a point where I did almost lose custody because I was doing complete dumb shit and not thinking. So then when I had one male friend, rest in peace to him, that actually cared about me enough to say, look, you really look like an animal. And actually like talked me and set me down, like, look, this is not, you're beautiful. You can go talk to other guys. You don't have to deal with that. Da 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 da. That's all I had needed. So I did pull back from it. I did start dating other guys. So then when he seen that I got in a relationship that was pretty much serious, then all of a sudden he started lashing out at me. He sent me court papers for visitation rights. Not looking like he never helped me out financially with her. And which back then I didn't care either.
See, that's my thing too. It's like the reason why some men go on child support or women, or I don't know how it goes, but I feel like if I feel like people should just play their role, like just if you're gonna have a kid, then you gotta support each other. You can't just leave each other hanging.
We about to get on that. We're gonna move on to the next guy.
Before I start, I missed the last young lady story, but to my guy, Nitty the Don, man, I just really wanted to say I'm really sorry for whatever any of y'all going through, but specifically that, man, 'cause that really kind of touched me. That really
Yeah,
kind of
me
hit me
too.
different. That was, yeah, no doubt, man, that's deep. So my situation is with my child's mother, partner. We dated for I think 5-6 years before my son was even born. And kind of, you know how they say you have the breakup baby. That's kind of how it happened with us. I broke it off with her because she was, it was just some shit I really couldn't, I just couldn't bang with. She was doing, and it was like, yo, we 20 whatever, we in our mid 20s, and you still doing the same dumb shit you were doing when you was 19, 20. So it's just at that point, it was just like, all right, this is over. Like I gotta go do something different. A few months later, that was like the summer 2016, I believe. We was on a break. And you do sometimes you do what's comfortable. She ended up pregnant, so that's kind of how the pregnancy began. So it already began kind of on shaky terms. Found out she pregnant, and like I think like we had a fight or something. And from the rip, like the first couple weeks, I found out she was pregnant. I was dealing with somebody else, so I don't know. However, she got her information. She's like, yo. I'm pregnant, da 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 da. So now this person doesn't want to mess with me because they feel like I've been holding secrets. When I really only knew for a week, and it really wasn't even sure. Like I was only told for a week. And backstory on the relationship that we had before my son was even born. We had a real toxic relationship. Like I hate to even say it, but my son don't even deserve my son deserve a better situation than what he's in right now because we should never had a child together. Like it was toxic from year 2. I got stabbed in my back. When she cut the lights off, charging with a knife, I got stabbed in my back. Like she's embarrassed me, Facebook, Twitter. She's like tried to humiliate me, and I'm not gonna play like I'm a saint. Like I've done my dirt too. I cheated, I did whatever. So fast forward during a pregnancy, she's being real evasive, and it's like, yo, like I have my like same thing with Nitty. Like my dad did jail time when I was older, so it's like my dad was always in my life. So it's like I'm big on father. My father always preached fatherhood to me. Like you always take care of your kid. My dad got 4 kids, 3 different baby mothers. But he always kept us together, so that was important to me to be there for my kids. Son is he's conceived at this point. He's beefing. She just does the most toxic shit possible. Like this is just how she do it. Like if she can hurt you, she's gonna hurt you however she can hurt you. The best way she can hurt you. That's just her nature. So boom, my son is born. I mean, my son is at this point she's letting me back into the fold little by little, like telling me what's going on. And at this point, I'm going to doctor's visits. Like I go to doctor's visit with her, just because it's important to me. I want to know what's going on with my son at all times, or my child at this point. This is like, I want to say summer 2016. We end up just trying to reconcile and just trying to put together the pieces for the most part. But I think we had a misunderstanding. There's a misunderstanding of words. And this is back to her nature. She'll take certain things that I said and she'll run with it. Like that's just her thing. She'll just run 1,000 miles with it. And it's like, yo, hold on. You ain't even asked me what I meant by that. Right? You have no idea what I meant by that. You just took it your own way and just interpreted it. So I told her something along the lines of, yo, I'm in your mother's house every day. Like, this is not good. Like, this is not good for me. She felt like I was saying that this situation wasn't good for me. And I'm just saying, I'm in your mother's house is not good. Figure something, because this is a lot. All I know is the next 2 months, she just ghosted me. I couldn't get a return email, a text message, a phone call, nothing. So I'm calling. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. She just nothing. At this point, again, I'm not finna stop my life because you want to just be on some super dumb shit. So I'm going about, I'm living my life. I'm dealing with whatever I want to deal with because, again, I'm single.
Right.
She's snooping into my Facebook. She's snooping into this, snooping into that. Like, now we come to a point where she calls me one morning and it's like, I'm getting the surgery. When she's getting the surgery done, or actually says she's getting the surgery done, I'm panicking because she's like, she's having a miscarriage. I fly to the hospital. I'm checking out different databases with at the hospital. They telling me they don't have nobody checked in by that name. So I shoot to another hospital down the road. She telling me there's nobody by that name. And the last time they was here is in July. So me knowing the nature of the person, I go to her house. So I'm like, yo, she doing some funny shit. She ain't home. Fast forward a couple days before my birthday, she tell me that she faked a miscarriage. And the fucked up part about it was I kind of figured it out already because I know the nature of the person.
Right.
So that like you faking miscarriages and you going crying on the phone. It's like, yo, that's a lot. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. She just faked this miscarriage, and I'm super feeling a sort of way about it. My grandmother dies in December. I was very close to my grandmother. My grandmother dies December 4th. Yo, she was there for me, whatever. I ain't gonna hold you. She was there for me. We get to afterward. My son is born in January, and on my grandma's birthday, no less. Right? So I'm super emotional at this point. I'm trying to figure things out, because I feel like I owe it to my son, and I feel like I owe it to my grandmother to like try to figure things out at this point. But I can't get out for me, I just can't get it out of my feelings that this woman just faked the whole miscarriage of my son dying. Like, she just went as far as saying that my son died to get to me, and it disappeared too. That should just rub me the wrong way, because you just don't take it that far. So I'm trying to patch things up, but at the same time I'm moving how I want to move positive, right? All right. Fast forward to September. This was in January. My son was born in January. We fast forward to September. She looked through my phone one night, she finds some other stuff. Now I can't see my son. And mind you, I've seen my son every single day from January 27th, the day he was born, until September. Maybe I missed a couple days because of work or whatever. But rain, sleet, hail, snow, I made it a business to see my son, because I just feel like that's important when you're dealing with a black child right now in America. Like it's important that my son know his father's there for him, especially a boy. Like, it's just important to me. So now she's not letting me see my son because she's mad. Now I can't see my son. A week go by. I understand, people get mad. I don't even. 2 weeks go by. She's still not answering none of my text messages or my phone calls. So at this point, my mother stepped in. My mother's like, she going over to the house because she let my mother come over. Now, her and my mother have a very contentious relationship prior. So I'm like, yo, if my mom could get in there, cool. I'm gonna just shut up. I'm gonna just shut up and take it. My mom would send me the pictures because I just want to know my son's doing okay. I just want to make sure my son's okay. Some shit happened with we had some business together, and she's telling my mom now at this point that not only can she not let my son see my mother, like my mother can't come over period anymore until this gets fixed. And that's bullshit. Like, that situation don't got nothing to do with my son or my mother. So my mother, she said what she had to say. Now they back to the place they were before. She don't want to fuck with my mother. My mother can't see my son no more, right? We go into, I think from that point, I probably didn't see my son until, that was in September. I probably didn't see my son again until, I think, November. Now, that's a lot because I saw my son every day. So we get to November, about Thanksgiving. Now she's trying to rub it in my face that I didn't have my son on Thanksgiving. It's like, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's like kind of weirdo is that you trying to rub it in, you trying to make me feel bad that I didn't see my son. So I'm mad. Now I'm mad. So we have an argument. I leave. Mind you, I was mad, but I had still the presence of mind enough to go and get my son. He needed formula. He needed milk. He needed a Pampers. He needed what? So I brought all that stuff back to her mom's house. Left with her mom's, right? I didn't see my son again until, that was November. I didn't see my son again until January.
Wow.
And again, she's ignoring calls. She's ignoring all of these things. And then she'll go around telling people, Tyshawn didn't, he never reached out to me. He never sent me messages. And I have over 30 unanswered messages within the months. From let's say November to January. I have 30 unanswered messages. So at this point, she's blocked me on her phone. Now it's to a point, all right, man, I got to take action because I can't rely on her to be an adult because she's not. So I take it to court. She puts me on child support. Even though I was giving her money, which is, that's a whole nother. She put me on child support after I was giving her money. So as that's going on, I put in my petition to see my son. I give my petition. So I'm seeing my son. She doesn't want to let me take my son from the house. I gotta call the cops. Cops come and tell her that she has to release. She has an issue. She's saying a whole lot of disrespectful shit. The next hearing we go to, I forgot if I got the detail or whatever happened, but my petition basically got thrown to the wayside. And I had to go file a petition. So now I'm at the mercy of her because I don't have on my side anymore. I show up, I let her know when I'm coming to see my son. I show up to her mom's house. Meanwhile, week before, I tell her, like, yo, listen, I'm coming to see my son next week. She told me it's not good for her. She got to go away. All right, cool. So I'm going to come the Saturday after or whatever. We already made an agreement because every time I left her house, we made an agreement. I get to the house, let me in the door. She's like, such and such. Tell you, we talked about a week, 2 weeks ago, whatever the last time I saw her. Her mom is on the phone. She calls her. She's like, I just want to make cool, whatever. She calls her. She got an issue with me being in the house. She's at the laundromat down in the basement because it's a building. So in the basement, she's in the basement doing laundry. And she has my son down in the basement. She says, she got an issue. I can hear her, but I can't really make out what she's saying. 5 minutes later, after they hang up, she calls her mother back, and she's like, is Tyshawn still there? Her mother's like, yeah, he's still here. She's like, I'm calling the police. What? Like, what's happening here? Like, I don't know. What's happening? You calling the police on me for what? I haven't talked to her. They had no issues in months. Why are you calling the police? Oh, I don't want to deal with no police, bro. I'm out of here. Like, I don't want no issues. I'm leaving. I'm going. Like, don't even involve me with none of that. She turned around after all of that. That was in March. That was March of 2018. I'm asking her about my son. What's up with my son? I'm getting no answer. I find out later down the road, she put a petition against me. She has an order of protection against me, saying I threatened her in the elevator. That I threatened to shoot her in the elevator. I'm like, yo, fam, we didn't have no argument. We never had an argument. What are you talking? Like, that's different to me. Why would you sit there and lie so I can't see my son, just all for the sake of me not seeing my son? Like, that's crazy. I didn't see my son from March until I didn't see my son from March of 2018. I want to say until January of 2019. I didn't see my son. Right?
Crazy.
And that shit weighed a lot. Like Don said, but that just put me in a dark place. Like, man, you just lied. Like, you really went that far to tell a blatant ass lie so I can't see my son? Like, what was the point? Like, I don't understand the point of that. I don't understand what you got out of that, other than just to see me and my family hurt. So we go to court, and in the courtrooms, the court had a judge. Throughout the 8 months, let me clarify this. Throughout the 8 months, I went to court about 4 times. went to court about 4 times in that 8-month span. The judge I had, the one that gave me the petition, now she's not giving me any petition. I'm not asking for anything, but I just wanted a petition so I can go see my son. I don't care about whatever the fuck else y'all talking about. I just want a petition so I can see my child, spend time with my child.
Your
The
birthright.
judge don't give me a
basically,
petition. She extends the court date for another day. I'm begging her for begging in the court for a petition. Nah, no petition. Next court date, I'm begging for a petition. No, I'm gonna hold off on the court date. I find out my paid lawyers basically that the judge was about to retire, so she wasn't concerned with my case and she didn't want to be tied up into my case. So I just basically got fucked. She just don't want to deal with it. Now it's December. I gotta go see my son do a court visit with a new judge. So the judge is telling me that I only got 45 minutes with my son. That was a ruling. If you ever heard Don Tripp, Letter to My Son, listen to what he's saying in that shit. Like, that was my life. Like, I only got 45 minutes with my son every Friday. Every Friday I only get 45 minutes because there was such a gap between me seeing him and my son he's only 1 at this point. So that shit was tough. Like, the first time I seen him, my son used to run to me. He would see me and run to me. I walk into a room, my son's face would light up. Fast forward, my son don't even recognize me. Like, he don't even know my face. He see me, he's crying for his mom. Like, that shit just crushed my soul. Like, I was just defeated. So I had to continue to go there every Friday, and knowing that my son doesn't recognize me. This little boy that just used to light up, like, he don't recognize me. December, January, like 2019, I get my petition finally in March. Through a lot of bullshit I'm not even going to get into, I finally got a petition to where I can have my son for 8 hours a day. I spend the day with him. I take him back. We go to now we get into a custody, not even a custody battle, because I'm like, yo, my son lived there, I'm uncomfortable there. I just want my son to be comfortable, so I'm not even gonna fight you on custody. She's fighting me for time with my son. And by the time I mean overnight visits, she really doesn't want my son to overnight visit with me, but she wants me to sign off on a passport. Like, this shit, it just don't compute to me. Oh man, this is a lot to talk about, man.
Take your time, brother. Take your time.
This is a lot because I just feel like it's ego and it's pride, and it's dumb. It's dumb, and she doesn't realize what she's doing to her child. And maybe she think I'm just gonna go away. I have not seen my son since COVID started. He had a fight the week before the governor of my state shut the city down. We had a real bad fight because she was deaf, my mother. She don't respect my time. We just had this big ass fight. Mind you, also I didn't add, her and I don't communicate through text messages or phone. We strictly go through email. Strictly email. Anytime we talk, I probably had 2 conversations with this woman in the last 2 years. Like, face to face.
At least you got your paper trail.
So I be trying to tell people, like, yo, if you can salvage a relationship with your baby mother, try to, man, because at the end of the day, what she don't realize is that you only hurting our son, because I'm not gonna go away. You're gonna do every hurt. I'm not going away. And as our child gets older, he's gonna realize something's not right here. Somebody's lying. But he knows who's lying, who's not. Somebody's lying. Because y'all stories are on 2 different pages. Yeah, that's really my story. You know, these black men start off as little black boys. So that's how I see my son. Like, I could have been my son. You know, my son get old, that could be him. And you don't value his life enough to even have his dad show him what things are like as a black man in this country. I'll get my son, and my son got this dumbass haircut on his head because why? Why does my son have a dumbass? Why is my son's hair not properly? But I could have just went and did. All you had to do was ask me. Anyway, that's my story for the most part, man. There's a lot more. want to take up nobody time like that.
Ah, man, appreciate you coming on. Like I say, bro, everybody got a story. Somebody, it's all about getting people to listen. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody can relate in some
Yup.
capacity. But now, like with that being said, like my parents got divorced when I was like 6, and my mom just did shit to be bitter, and I ain't find out she was lying about certain shit till like high school, like my junior and senior year of high school. So like you say, like that shit do come back and catch up with you.
Yeah, that's just like my mom.
It's just like I don't like my baby mom is nowhere near as bad as like y'all's are. So I apologize for that. My baby mama stabbed me though, so like I'm in that club. My biggest issue with this situation is like how much power they have. Like regardless of like what they actually do with the power, like they have like entirely too much power over the lives of like children that can't be made without two people.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I don't know if that
It does.
flowed properly.
I really don't think certain. I'm gonna just speak for the women right now because the men that are not in children's life, that's a whole nother topic of conversation. But just strictly for
I
the
don't think
women
it
that
is.
are doing that. For the women that I don't think they really understand what it's like. You're raising a black child in America, especially those that got
Boys.
you don't know what kind of clippers to use. This the simple things like that. Never mind the big broad shit that's going on. Why try to cut?
Generally speaking, like I just feel like they have too much power in that situation, and like child support as a concept is like a bad idea when you really think about it, right? Because like the vast majority of people in America can't afford it, and we know that. Like nobody, like most, like I think they say like 2/3 of America can't afford a $400 emergency, and everybody's living check to check. Who can actually afford to lose like 1/3 of their money? Nobody. So what does child support actually do? Is it even enough to cover what a child needs to like grow up and shit? I don't think so.
It covers some women's shopping habits.
But that's about it though. Like it's not like for what I pay about $1,000 a month in child support, right? So like that's not enough. Like I've had my kids by myself, right? And like I know that's not enough to like feed them, clothe them, house them, all of it, right? It is enough to like help somebody make do. Like an extra 1,000 on top of what I have would help, but it's not like enough to actually do it all. You know? But like, so the point is like you have to have something to add to it. And like there's no expectation of the mother to add to it. Like if she can, great. If she can't, who cares? And that's a problem for me.
Right.
Like I need you to be as obligated to this child as I am. Because like my baby mother doesn't work and shit, right? And like this wouldn't be a problem if she came from money, but my baby mom like came from poor people, just like I did. So like, like the only way we get money is if we get out here and get it. And I'm like, well, you ain't with me no more, so like you got to get your own now. Like you can get what you're getting from me, but like it's not gonna be enough for them. And I'm like, for everything that like all of my money that you use to like offset your own bills, that's taken away from what the lifestyle that they should have, the kids. And I'm like, that's a huge problem for me. I'm like, I feel like they should be doing better. And if you were doing better in life, they would be.
So you never tried to take custody, like full custody, or?
Oh, because I have a job, I can't get custody. Yeah.
And she stay in Detroit still?
No. We're here in Ohio. Like,
okay,
we moved down here together.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But like my baby mother's not like a bitter bitch about it all. Like she kind of plays the situation to her advantage. But like beyond that, like it's not like she don't stand between me and the kids at all. Like ever. Like if I want to like go to her house right now to pick up my kid, like I'm gonna just do that.
That's fine.
But it's really just like the whole like the situation is so much in her advantage. It doesn't matter like if she has bad ideas. Like I put it to you like this, like if I say, you know what, I want to go shave my daughter's head, right? Like there's a whole system in place that's going to like help her keep me from doing that. If she say, hey, I want to go shave your daughter's head, like I don't really have like legal options to keep her from doing it. I literally got to go physically stop her myself.
Right.
And that's kind of like the big issue is like they can use the law against us, but we can't use it against them really. Like I literally got to catch you shooting up or some shit. Whereas if I raise my voice to you, then like I could not see my kid for 6 months. Damn near caught a felony charge for yelling too loud at my baby mama once. He's in fucking Georgia. Apparently that's a fucking felony, cruelty to children, if you yell at someone in front of a kid. So watch out for that.
Oh, we could get on that on like another show. How I don't know if it's up north, but how you could dictate laws in the South. So say me and you just talking. If I raise my voice and somebody next to us, I could get charged with disturbing the peace because I'm disturbing their peace by yelling.
Yeah, it's some fuckery. They talking about, yeah, we might, because I was in the service at the time, so they like, yeah, we might have to get you kicked out of the military because if you catch this felony, you can't have a weapon.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, so they stack that shit up. So like, whatever they want you to plead out to, that's generally what they do. It's an extortion game. So they get you to plead out on some bullshit. So you pay however much to what the fuck they call that? Not parole. It's the other shit. Probation. So they had you on probation for like 2 years and shit, and you paying out the ass for that. Georgia's a motherfucking trip, man.
Can I ask a question?
What up?
Real quick. I just want to know where's everybody at, like, on the child support aspect of it, because I feel I didn't even touch upon in my story. I feel like child support is cool. Like my thing was always I don't mind doing child support when it benefits the child, especially if we're not on the same page. I just feel like there has to be something in place because my child support money should be going toward things that do not involve my child. That's just me. And I've had conversations with different women, including my girlfriend. And sometimes women feel differently. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we feel differently about like the things that the child is supposed to sometimes does help the child in a roundabout way. And I'm not about the roundabout way. I'm like, if this don't directly help my son, this don't directly help my children, I just don't think I should be helping you get this and that done. Me, personally. And I found out women feel differently for the most part about it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one because like I don't agree that like child support should go to bills. Like in my view, children don't have bills. Like my kid doesn't have an electric bill. You have an electric bill. Right. Now I understand that like my kid needs electricity, but like if you can't provide that for them, then like you're not a fit parent. Like how are you a fit parent if you can't do the bare minimum? If you don't have a home, if you don't have lights for them, and if you can't provide that for them, then like shouldn't they be with me? Because I can.
Right.
Let me say this though. Yeah, see, a lot of women say that, like, yeah, your child still needs a roof over their head. But that's all cool and all, but what if you ain't have that child? You will still need to pay those bills.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
And then, like, it's so fucked up. The system is, like, I'm not a father myself, but I know how fucked up the system is towards fathers. And when you go to child support, they go off your income. So if the mother's not making shit, that's the more you pay. Mm-hmm. And if you make it more, which doesn't make any fucking sense. Like they don't go by like how much the kids really need. They go by exactly how much they can get out of you.
Yeah.
That's my whole argument. It's like they don't really consider the needs of the child at all. It's like how much can we tax you for this? Meanwhile, like the whole child support system is making billions of fucking dollars. Like that $18 charge that they hit you with, that they hit millions of people with in your state every month, well, twice a month. That's really what child support is for. It's just a tax on poor people.
Dig this. In New York State, it's 70% no matter what. 70% off the rip before we even talk. Just know it's going to be 17% of your income. I don't care what. Right? And then you get into trying to pay the actual child support. Like if it doesn't come straight out your check, they want you gotta do the cash order. If you try to do it online, it's like a surcharge of like an extra $16 to do it online. Like that's absurd. I've never in the history of life been anywhere where they've charged me $16 extra just to do it through, just to order something online or just to charge something online.
And like, what is that actually doing? This is some software. Like,
Right,
that's
right,
do anything. This isn't labor.
right. Y'all just processing information. Y'all not breaking y'all backs.
Like, nobody's doing anything. It's automated though. That's the bullshit about it. Like, it's just some numbers moving around. That's all.
Right. But don't get me wrong though, there's some niggas that deserve to be on child support that don't
So
do nothing for the
that was the next thing I was gonna get to. It messes it up for us. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's like, yo, I'll pay it, son. I'll pay it. I want to be there. But we get stuck with this bad stigmatism of every black man is a deadbeat. Y'all on child support because y'all deserve to be there. And it's like, nah, man, that's not the case. I've never not taken care of my kid.
Also,
you know,
it's a barrier to getting like government assistance is you have to be on child support. Like if your baby daddy ain't paying child support, he has to start in order for you to get like food stamps and cash assistance from the government.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's like even like because my baby mama might not have even like went after me for it had it not been for that. Because like we might not be foolish to cool, but we reasonable people. So it's like she might not have came after me, but like they made her do it. You feel me?
Yeah, I didn't.
And it's
really
like
have that issue.
Like I've been with my kids this entire time. Like from the day they were born to today, like I kick it with my kids. My kids ain't never nowhere that I can't go. You feel me? Right. So like I'm not a bad father at all. Like my kid was just over here yesterday. But like I pay child support just because like it's like certain things that like she can't afford herself, and it's not even like her fault really. Like, but like
yeah, it is her fault though.
I don't think so. Like
if she choosing not to work,
like, where was we supposed to get this money from? Like even if she had a job, right?
Yeah.
Like she choosing not to work, true. But like it's more beneficial for her not to work than it would be for her to get a job at McDonald's or some bullshit. Like she lives a better lifestyle not working than she would if she had a bullshit job.
All right, because the benefits
so, like, yeah. So I'm like, if it's out there, like that's what I come from. Like half the people, like in Detroit, that's how niggas is living.
And that shit was crazy to me. That shit's crazy to me.
If you can get that Section 8 shit, go get it.
Like I know a chick paid $8 in rent, nigga.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I know.
Depending on where you, my fault, but depending on where you at in Philly, they mail you out a check for you to pay all your bills. Like if your income is like shitty and you on that Section 8 shit, I don't know if they do this in any other state, but they send you out a check and you could pay all your bills. Like, that's crazy.
Maybe not all your bills, but like I know from the DHS they get like a considerable amount of cash assistance just to like have in their pocket. Now I've never hated on that because I know like that's just how people are living, and like I know we broke, like so it is what it is. Go get your money, but like the system sets us up to where like you have to tax somebody for it, and well, if you got to tax your baby daddy, then that's just what it's gonna be.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, listen,
it's like a much more complex version of slavery. It's perfectly honest. Like they tax you for having kids, and like not staying with your baby mother,
basically.
So my thing is that the system, how I feel like the system. See, people are so like, especially it be our people, black people, like. We so accustomed to growing up, like my folks on Section 8, so I got to be up there. It's this mentality that we got, and it's hard for them to break it. So it's like everything starts from the home, no matter, like, no ifs, ands, or buts. If your baby mama toxic, she get it from her mother. Something happens between her and her mother, then boom, it trickled down on y'all. And it's like...
Can I ask you something, though? Like, before we move on,
I got something to add to that, but go ahead.
Ask about the Section 8 thing, because like I don't see that as a negative, and I'm curious as to why you do.
See, no, I'm not saying it's negative. I grew up on Section 8, you feel me? I grew up, like, I live in Connecticut, and right now my mother, she's still on Section 8 as we speak, but see, when I grew up, it's like, okay, I have my mom and dad, but my mother is very toxic. So if my dad is Cuban, so I'm mixed. So it's like, okay, boom, we got the Spanish side, the black side. My mother's side is the black side. So if she don't get nothing her way, it's curtains. Like she's gonna do whatever she wants to her way. She's gonna go after my dad, do whatever she wants. And my dad, he bees there like she'll say stuff about my dad. Oh, your dad like little girls. Oh, this and that, trying to make me believe it. My thing is, I don't know what y'all do. It's not me. I don't care. As long as my dad taking care of me and you taking me and take care of me, like, and doing your job, that's all I care about. I don't care about what y'all problems is. This is not mine, you know, as far as my parents. My thing is right, wrong is wrong. So it's like, I don't want to be the type to be like, now it's nothing wrong with Section 8, don't get me wrong. It does come in hand, but you need to use it wisely. Why you having a kid, but you using that child support money, like getting your hair done? It's supposed to benefit the kid. You feel me? So it's like,
and like the Section 8 thing, like I was like, I felt like you were trying to make a point, or at least maybe you weren't. Maybe it was just something you were saying in passing, and I just don't understand it. Is all.
So like, are you think
you use it wisely,
so you're saying
right?
I'm
like,
trying to be funny as of it?
No. I just what I'm saying, I literally don't understand you. Is all.
Okay, well, I say it's nothing wrong with Section 8. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have an issue with it. It's
You got
like,
more white
it's a
people
lot
on
of
Section
stuff.
8 than black people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like a lot of rich people have like something equivalent to Section 8. It's just like it's called corporate housing.
Right.
So it's like I don't see it as anything different than that. It's like because I don't want to pay for housing. I want to be like rich people.
Look, dog, you get you $3,000, right? And you go buy you a storage unit. One of those storage, what you call them? And you turn it into a tiny house.
Okay.
And you'll never have to pay rent again.
Well, that's not entirely true. People got ways of like going after people, like black people who
It's
live in
called
mobile homes.
taxes. Yeah. Taxes.
Or loitering, or like they got ways to get you from out of that tiny home into a prison cell.
Well, I just want to say something about the guys up here. I feel bad, you know, for what y'all gone through from ever since I heard, you know, y'all stories and stuff so far. And I feel like my question to y'all is, what made y'all like get in that situation? You know, like, was it a point in time where y'all feel like, should I leave? What, like, the stuff she's doing to me, even though it's not right? Like, do I even leave? Or like, even though I'm trying my best to do what I'm supposed to do, like, I don't really know how to explain
it's hard to
it.
it's hard to leave. It's hard to leave knowing that
A child
you putting that your
is
child
lost.
like you putting your child at a disadvantage when you leave
Mhm.
immediately, instantly. Like they're at a disadvantage. I was raised from a broken home. I don't know about everybody else, but I was raised from a broken home, and you know my mom and my dad did their best to patch it up. But I ain't really want that for my son. I
Right.
never wanted that for any of my children. And now that it's here and it's worse than my situation, it's like you feel like you let your kid down.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Because it reflects.
Yeah, and it's disappointing. It's just disappointing. You just feel like there's no reason why we can't be on the same page. Like, what's the reason?
And it's
Because you're
like,
hurt?
I feel as though, like, you know, kids don't understand. Like, I mean, like, they're not going to understand until they get older. Just like you said, like, you came from a broken home, bro. I don't know
mhm.
who just, like, he's, like, you can say that I don't want this for my child, but sometimes you don't know the person you having the baby by until they on some nut shit. You feel me? So, like, you can have that family. It's like you can have that, like, that goal, but it's not always going to pan out the way you wanted it to be. You feel me?
I think
So,
sometimes
like,
we expect the person that we have a child with to see
You
the
expect
same, to see
more.
the same way you say. Yeah, like you expect that person to see things the same way you see it, and it's not about
right,
you or I. It's about them. Like what?
right,
Why? It's not about you.
And that's
right.
just
Yeah.
how
Like, that's
You know
what
what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying, though. Like the person you could date, have a baby by could be like a retarded motherfucker. Like, and it's
it'll be
never
your
going to get
worst
through it.
enemy.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And no matter how many times you try to, like, get it in their head, like, this is for the kids, they still ain't going to be on that same level you on.
Because they can't see
Feel me?
past their pain. They can't see past their
Right.
own
They
pain
can't
and
see
their own
past that.
vindictiveness. You feel me?
Mhm.
Exactly. Like that's a big problem in my situation. It's like my mother is like jealous of my daughter, and it's like
Why?
because
Wow.
my goal in life is to provide my daughter with a better life than I ever had access to, right?
Right.
So like, I don't give a like it just be like some wild shit I be doing, like OD, like some shit that I just because I know my daughter will like it, right? And she be like, yo, why do you do so much extra shit knowing like it's gonna put you in a hard place? I'm like, fam, that's my daughter.
Right.
And you wasn't extra like this back when we was together, fam. That's my daughter. You're not like you something else.
Yeah, she don't get it.
And it's
yeah,
like,
she don't get it.
come
She don't get
on.
it.
I feel like we all
And
grown. People
she'll
should
be like a
actually-
little bit more harsh to my daughter because like I be like extra with mine.
My mom do that to me. She get jealous
And, like,
because my dad helped me out. And then she just be like, oh, she'll say stupid stuff like, oh, you like it. One day she told me, and I know she didn't mean it because she on medication, you know. But some shit she said just be like cross the line, like, she be like, oh, you act like your dad is your boyfriend. No, you got me fucked up for 1, 2. Why you disrespecting me like that? Just because he take care of me, that's his fucking job. I didn't have no deadbeat dad. That's his job. If you're doing your job, it does not matter. As long as you're doing your job as a parent, that's what matters. Because as a kid, it's like, you know, I just want the best for both my parents, but it's like you shouldn't be putting your kid in certain situations. Like, she expect me to do everything, and I'm 22. I cannot do everything. I got a job, but, you know, my job is okay paying, but it's like, damn, you treating me because if her and my dad get into an argument and I say she gonna say I'm taking sides, you know, but I'm the type of person, right is right, wrong is wrong. She gonna say, oh, why you taking up on his side when you live with me and this and the third? Mom, I be struggling. I'm still struggling, you know? So
It sounds like you got the mama from Precious.
on everything.
Mom, you
everything
wrong.
for
Mom,
real
you
though,
wrong.
because it's
Mom,
like
you wrong. You
it's
wrong.
like
Like
That's another thing, though. My fault. But
no,
that's another thing. That's another thing. Like, whatever situation you got with your other parent, the child don't need to know what the fuck else you going through at all.
Right.
You can't
You
be
should not
on
be
some
telling your
nut shit
business
like,
to your kid.
yeah, yo, your daddy's a nut ass nigga. He ain't do this. He was on some like you
I
can't
don't
do
want to
that.
hear that.
And that's disappointing, man, because I know, like, I never knew about the issues, the real issues between my mom and my dad until I got older. Like, my mom kept it hidden from me. My dad kept it hidden from me because it didn't have nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I hate when people always try to they try
like bashing.
Really what you're doing is positioning your kid to hate that other parent. That's all you're really doing.
Right.
That's all that's happening.
Right.
It's unnecessary.
I disagree. Like, I talk, like, whenever I have, like, big problems with, like, their mother, I talk to the kids about it. Like, I kind of, like, because, like, they're girls, and, like, I want them to understand, like, what's bad about our relationship, like, why it doesn't work.
Wait, how old is? How old you kids?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that.
10 and 11.
Nah, you putting too much on them at a young age.
I don't think so. Like, I'm really, like, careful about it, but, like, it's all, like, a big philosophy lesson.
Yeah,
but I feel like at a young age they shouldn't be going through that because then they got to go to school with that, and it's like a lot on their mind. So when
but they have to understand it, like, because it's either that or that, like, they see the fight.
It's a time and a place for everything, though, and I feel like that's not it's certain things you could tell them, but I wouldn't go like too overboard with it. You could like break down the definition of like what toxic and etc. is, but as a kid, if you're a kid, all you think about is playing, spending time with your parents, you know, doing kid stuff until you get older.
Right, because my mom used to do that, and she had me stressed out in middle school, nigga. Like, I'm telling you, don't do that shit to your kids, bro. That shit stick with you.
That's why.
Grown people problems. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Like, you can't be brainwashing the kids, making them think like the other parents. Nut shit. You don't even know when they don't even know the real story.
That's like a guilty conscience to me, though. That's like a guilty conscience. If you have to position yourself to try to position my child against me, it's because you feel like I don't even have to do that to my son, because I know as he gets older and I'm still in his life and he realizes right from wrong, he gonna be like, nah, mommy on some different shit. Like, hold on, she did what? Like, nah, she really did that. Like, when I really get into the details one day, he's really gonna be like, no, she didn't. There's no way she did that. My son is 3.
3? Okay, around
My
my
son is
next
3.
six.
You know what I'm saying? My son is 3, and when I tell him, yo, I missed your birthday because your mom wouldn't answer any of my phone calls because I came to the Bronx. I'm in Brooklyn. I came to the
Oh yeah,
Bronx, and
you right by me.
you in
I'm in
Connecticut, right?
Connecticut. Yeah, we like
Yeah, yeah,
cousins.
yeah, 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 yeah. Basically, we distant cousins. Yeah. So I'm like, when I come up to the Bronx to see you, right? And your mom deliberately didn't answer my email. She answered my emails every week except for the week before Christmas and the week before your birthday. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna make sense to him as he gets older.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And all you doing, if she's gonna tell her lies, whatever she gotta tell to try to put him against me, and it's cool. Like I'm never gonna try to put my son against his mother because that's his mother. And if he love his mother like I love my mother, then there's nothing. I would never even try to paint that picture. But at some point, you're gonna have to lie in a bed that you made.
Mm-hmm. You
You know
reap
what
what you
I'm saying?
sow.
That's it. That's it. That's it. And I just
Nah,
gotta.
I feel like, oh, my fault. But I was just saying, like this, it's best to be honest, like tell the truth and shit. Because like, if you can like frame like what's right and what's wrong, in my view, it's like that's a life lesson for later. Like, you might be able to take that to a different situation. Like if you in school and you like, okay, well, I know mom and dad had this situation, so this is how I was taught how to deal with it.
Mhm.
I don't know, dog. I think you coming off petty. That's just me though.
Nah, cause like right is right. Right is always right. No matter like if mom is right, she's right. If I'm right, I'm right. If the teacher's right, they right. If the kids are right, they're right. Like so, like how's that petty?
Because you shouldn't be putting that on a little kid's age. It's like
Right,
Well,
right.
you don't want them. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful or nothing. But I
oh,
feel
please.
like, in my point of view, is like a kid should stay in a kid's role. Parents, if y'all have y'all issues, that's between you and her, and it shouldn't trickle down on the kids because later on in life, they're gonna be having the same conversation we might be having. You never know.
You know
Right.
why I kind of disagree for a second. Well, right is wrong is wrong because you see
Mhm.
what the other parent is doing.
Mm-hmm.
I know I feel like I speak for everybody. I feel like the other parent really thinks what they're doing is right.
And it's
And in my
not.
Exactly.
situation, my child's mother really feels like what she's doing is right. She really believes that. And she's just convinced herself. She's lied to herself for so long. And she's just so fucked up in her mind. I don't really have no other words to say it. She's really so fucked up in her mind that she really believes that keeping my son away from me is the best thing to do. And she just
And she's really
rationalizes.
hurting your son though.
Right,
That's what she
right. So,
failed to
but
realize.
she's
And it's
convinced
like,
herself is right. She's
but
convinced herself
see,
that she's right.
Right.
and
Because in
she,
her mind, she not wrong. Exactly.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yo, my thing is like you really gotta be a fucked up individual to do
Mm-hmm.
some shit like that. Like
That's how it
you really
goes.
to deliberately keep someone kid away from them. Like
And
that
they
is
think
some
it's
evil
funny.
shit.
It's not funny.
No, she really
Right.
think that's her best
They
interest
think
though. She
it's
don't think
funny,
she
and it's
wrong.
not. But she don't
No, she
understand.
don't. That's the sad part.
Yeah, she
But
don't think she wrong. She think that's for her child best interest.
she don't
And you know where them
understand
women come from? They come from because they mom did it to them with they
exactly.
dad.
Yep.
So they think that shit cool. And
And
then
it's
when
not.
when the kids be like, where daddy at? And
She
she'll be
make up
like,
some
no, he
lie. Oh,
right, yeah,
he
he a
ain't around. Oh, your
deadbeat.
dad
Right,
He
ain't
you want
trying
to
not
to do
be
coming
this.
there.
Your dad
around.
Yeah,
ain't trying
yeah,
to do
that's
that.
crazy.
But deep down inside, you doing what you're supposed to do. And my thing is like, look, as long as you know in your heart that you doing what you're supposed to do, then I feel like you gonna get justice. But it take time. You know, as a female, I ain't gonna lie. It's like we could say stuff to the judge and like, oh, he did. We could make up a line. Oh, he did this. Oh, he did that. But you know, they're gonna do what we ask because we're females. But it's harder when you're a male because when the female's doing it to you, the judge not gonna care. They're gonna go what we say. If we tell them something happening, even
Uh-huh.
though it's not true, they're gonna go off of our word, and we gonna get that. And that's how it goes on in this world. It's a fucked up world we live in, but that's how it is. And it's like, it's sad. It's really sad because if you guys are trying to do the best that y'all could, but it's just that little thing in the female's mind maybe they still want a relationship with you. Like, you never know. So it's like, you should really, like, if you ever get a chance, even if y'all don't email, talk, or something, but y'all really should figure out, what is it do you want from me? If I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, why are you acting like
Some of
this?
them don't even know
What's
what they
going
want.
on?
I
And
mean,
you don't even
Right.
know.
they just
But
do
how
it
I'm
just to
supposed to
do it.
know
Just to,
what's going on with my kid?
Like,
I don't
they
know.
just want
And
to torment you.
yeah, but see,
They
and
just
my
want to
thing
see
is,
you miserable.
and
Like
then
they
and they're
don't.
miserable themselves. They're really
yo,
miserable themselves because they don't understand. They're deep down inside, they're hurting themselves. Why can't you let that hurt go? I don't.
yeah,
We live in America right now. It's so much stuff happening with kids. Kids is getting killed. This and the third. You never know what's going on. And I'm trying to check up on my kid. I don't know what
they,
tomorrow's gonna bring. I don't know if I'm gonna still be here. But if I leave this earth, I want my kid to know the truth, and I want them to know, look, this is what it is.
like I said, they're a slave. They just a slave to their own vindictiveness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta live in that. Like, who wants to be mad all the time?
Right.